at the 5th area called Oltrum, Bastion, and the storyline says that it's almost the end, but I know for at least, I mean, this has to be at least one area. Maybe this one not, maybe this one not, but this at least has to be one area. So I am currently at 51 hours, almost 52, level 43. My equipment almost pretty much the same though. I don't know when, but it's really weird. It just seems that I'm just not getting any better armor, or because my armors are already higher, you know, +7, +9, +9, that you really have to upgrade it further to make it better. Also, of course, today is Black Friday, and here in Holland, Black Friday is also becoming a pretty well-known thing. It's not really a holiday, it's more like a thing. But we definitely do not have these outrageous deals. We have too much taxes on everything to make deals really good. But there are some really good deals like this Honor 2 for 30 bucks. You know, Bioshock Collection for 28. The best PlayStation deal we have here is a PS4 Slim, 1 terabyte, 2 controllers for 280 bucks. We have a Pro for 320. Now that is an amazing deal. That is definitely a good deal. I also got a couple of Black Friday pickups, even though I shouldn't have done that, since, you know, I said I was not going to buy anything else. But you know that I said that the gaming's heart is weak. So the first one I picked up though, this is the first pickup I got. There is a package on its way, and there are 2 games on their way from England. But the first one was Tears to Tierra 2. Picked it up for 20 bucks. 20 bucks. And it's a Japanese RPG, it's a technical RPG. One of the only technical RPGs on the PlayStation 3. And it's actually one of the last Japanese games that has been localized for the West that I need to pick up for the PS3. I am really thinking about completing the entire Western Japanese collection for the PS3 next year. I only need a couple of games, and these games at the moment are not really expensive, and I'm really afraid that PS3 games are going to increase in price the longer you wait. I mean, it's pretty much obvious that it's gonna happen, so I'm really trying to get all of these games. There's one thing I'm really curious about in this game is that the maximum level is 70, and the game storyline says you're pretty much at the end. I'm not really sure if that's true. I don't think it's true, but the highest quest that I can participate is 25. Aren't there any quests for level 70? So judging by the level of quests, I may be not even 50% in the game. And that really means that this game really is an MMO. It's gigantic. I mean, here, the enemies are level 39. They're not level 70. That's weird, right? Why do we have to go? Did I already open that one up? I'm not really sure. Check it out. I do have the ultimate attack though. It actually does say like ultimate attack. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Right? That's pretty cool. I got more boss. I'm not really using that, but only with bosses like Constellation, attack speed of 5%. This I use though, defense and attack experience, etc. There is a huge prize coming tomorrow. Trust me on it. You want to be at my stream tomorrow. You want to be there. Trust me on it. You want to be there. I'm not gonna say anything. You should know what it is, but I waited so long. When I saw the email, I'm like, yes, it's real. I've also grinded quite a lot to gain all the materials. You know, there is like a certain basic materials, like insect feelers, and also like iron ore. Like every gear starts with insect feelers and iron ore, and quests that actually gives you a good amount of those basic ores. A lot of the quests actually gives you ores that are, well, they say they are rare, and you have to use them to upgrade your weapons for a higher plus, you know, plus 8, plus 7. But I have so many of those that, you know, I can do that the entire evening. Because of course there is a higher possibility that, you know, you fail the gear creation. And the further you upgrade or level up the blacksmith, the better he or she becomes. So I can 6 times easily. I mean, I have like 100, 200 of these rare ores. But for the basic ores, like iron ore, you almost don't get anything. What's up, Triforce? Tomorrow is the day. Yes, it is. One of my best friends, he already got the game 3 days ago. I have no idea how the fuck he does that. And he says, and I'm just quoting what he says, and I respect his opinion. I know we have the same taste in games. So if he says that something is great, it is great. He says it is absolutely amazing. He says that Square Enix has redeemed itself. So I'm like super fucking hyped. I can't fucking wait. The thing that actually sucks though is that I already made plans with a friend of mine. Like, you know, in McDonald's they have now Pokemons with Happy Meals. So she wants the Pokemon. I'm like, okay, whatever, you know, we can go to McDonald's. And I didn't know that I'll be getting Final Fantasy, because, you know, your game zone said pretty much like, oh no, it's not coming, you know, Monday. I'm like, oh okay, whatever, I'm gonna wait. And now the game is coming, like, oh no, fuck. Because after McDonald's, we're going to watch a movie, I'm like, no. I actually want to just call her up and say, I want to play Final Fantasy, but she is definitely more important than a game. But still, 10 years waiting. Ah, shit. Ah, shit. I actually just want to go to sleep. But I know myself, I won't be falling asleep. So I'm like, whatever. Let's just try and at least get as far as possible with Sword Art. What's up, Joe? How are you doing? Ooh, my order. Ah, Dragon Quest Builders has been shipped. Cool. Because Sony, Nintendo didn't make enough. Have you read that in Japan, the NES Mini sold like 260,000 units. Like, it sold more than all the other systems combined. And people still try to publishers, like developers and publishers, are still trying to convince us that retro gaming is dead, even though the NES Mini is selling so good. And I also want to buy one for my nephews. I'm still waiting for one. Hope of Adonis. Really? You bought one? Holy shit, I didn't even know that. Like, maybe you live in like a small village, a small area in Holland. Weet je, misschien dat ze daar wel verkopen gewoon. Ik zou ook wel kunnen kijken hier, maar hier in Rotterdam, weet je. Dat was nou niet echt een klein gebied. Maar Rotterdam? Serieus? Trouwens, ik woon ook in Rotterdam. Ik kan je huis gewoon bestelen. Well, I would say that I'm gonna check it out tomorrow, but I'm not, because I'm doing something else tomorrow. Where the fuck am I going, by the way? I have no idea. What does the lock say? Maybe I forgot what I was doing. Says to do absolutely nothing. That's weird. Oh, what I heard you're gonna... Oh wait! That's true. You live at Ahoy. Ah, bij Zuidplein. Holy shit, gewoon 20 minuten daarvan werk ik. Ah, so you're a gangster. West Side. Oh wait, how do you do that? West Side. Or whatever. I think I'm a little bit overpowered. Like the boss in the fort area, I beat him in like 2 minutes. So in that regard, it is definitely a traditional RPG where you can get overpowered if you grind and level up and upgrade your gear a lot. Here, one smash. Oh, smash! Did that sound weird? What was that? This coffee is so fucking dirty. I think I'm doing something wrong. Dit apparaat van mij is volgens mij kapot of zo, weet ik veel, maar dat is smerig. Nou ja, ik heb het nodig om wakker te blijven. Also, my friend says that the soundtrack in Final Fantasy 15 is just holy shit. You know, I was trying to ask him questions, but you know, he didn't want to say anything. He's like, no, I'm not going to spoil anything. You know, just wait out. Asking questions, you know, how's the world? He does say that there were no frame rate issues, and he is playing it on the Pro at 4K with ACR, and he did say it looked absolutely amazing, just absolutely amazing. Crystal Jammer, but level 49, I can beat that. What's up, H. Brilliant? Tomorrow is the day I've waited for 10 years. Tomorrow is the day. Tomorrow, tomorrow, love you, tomorrow. Ah, sucker. Oh, I also got Tears of Tiara. 20 bucks. If Posted now goes on a strike, I'm gonna kill him. Platinum ore. I have so much platinum ore and I have no iron ore. You know, just the basic ingredients, basic materials for upgrading your gear, you're almost not getting it. So, H-Brand, did you get anything for Black Friday? I got a bunch of games. They're coming tomorrow, and I got Tears of Tiara. And two other games are coming. Well, one of them is more for my birthday, so it's not really Black Friday, but one of them is from Black Friday. It's Guilty Gear X3rd Revelator. I got it for 14 bucks. 14 bucks! That's a fucking awesome price. Really, games nowadays, they drop in price so quickly. That was a breeze. Nope. Trails of Cold Steel was not in Black Friday deal. I did get Tears of Tiara too. And I'm really thinking of completing my Japanese Western collection next year. So I think I need like 8 or 10 more, and I got a full Japanese collection for every localized game. I think like 8 or 10. That's it. And I'm done. Then I actually, when I think about it, almost the days of collecting for the PS3 is gone, because I can only think of a couple of games I would want. That's it. Everything else is just Western bullshit. I don't care about Man of Honor, I don't care about Battlefield, and I could maybe pick them up when they're like $2 bucks. Really getting into collecting for the system? Over... Why am I not getting it? Did I already open it? I don't know. Do I have to go here? I don't know. Doesn't say. Oh, I actually do have to go there. I need that. There's also a rumor, by the way, that because Trails of Cold Steel 3 is most probably coming out for PS4, that they are going to re-release and remaster Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 2 for the PS4 to get the, Ultimate Edition, because if you never got a PS3 and you want to get into Part 3, you don't know what happened in Part 1 and 2. The PS3 was dull. Finally someone that also says it. I said it a couple of times in like a couple of websites, including Gamatsu, and people were like bashing me, like, oh no, there are more games on PS3 than on PS4. I'm like, no, what the fuck are you talking about? Which games? I think I have like I got 3 rows, you know, you can see it here. Like 3 rows of PS3 games. And like 70% of them are like Japanese. And that's it. That's it. For 10 fucking years. That's it. What? I mean, it did get a lot of good support from Sony, but really, like, Tears of Tiara is actually one of the most unique games on the PS3 because it's like a visual novel mixed with a tactical RPG. You don't really have that many tactical RPGs on the PS3. So, and you got like Thrills of Cold Steel, sure, those are great games, but as I said, there's a rumor that it's going to come for the PS4. So you have all 3 games on that system. And I mean, from maybe for 55-60% of all the Japanese games on the PS3 are all these Idea Factory, Compile Hearts, not really good RPGs. You know, all these waifu, mu, and overly exaggerated, how do you say, like fan service. Like Mugen Souls and Mugen Souls Z, you know, overly exaggerated and not really that good actually. There's one game from them, I forgot the name. That game was pretty good. I like that game a lot. Was it? It also had like characters from this Gaia. But it was also made because it was one of the first I ever played. Like literally one of the first of these type of games. Yeah, that is actually what the producer, director said, that he was still thinking about if he wanted to make a PS4 game exclusive, so that they could upgrade the graphics. That was pretty much what they were talking about. Or are we going to release it also on a Vita and hugely downgrade the graphics to also make it run on the Vita? It's a little bit like Persona 5. I mean, Persona 5 looks really good. Would it have looked as good as it looks now if it will be on the Vita? I'm not really sure. I think that, like, I don't know why, but there is a lot of hate between more for Japanese games putting out on PC. There is hate. And, I mean, there are a lot of fans say, oh, you know, I don't need to buy a PS4, I can play it on Steam. Hey, if you're a PC player, you rather play digital games that are Japanese on your PC, then good for you. But the hate comes from console-only gamers, actually. They're like, oh, another PS4 exclusive gone to the PC, and you know, why should I still buy a why should I still buy a PlayStation 4? Everything is coming to PC, there's no exclusives. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? A PC is not a gaming platform. It's a PC, a personal computer. You can play games on it, but in my opinion, these games are still exclusives. I'm a console player and you can still play it only on PS4. Not only that, I want to have the physical copy. I don't give a flying fuck about digital stuff. I want a physical copy. I want the awesome limited editions, even though I actually never bought any of them because I don't have the room and I would rather spend it on the game. But you know what I mean. And I'm like one of the few that I'm like, you know, go, you know, do it. I think that games like Persona and Final Fantasy should be coming to PC. You know, I don't give a fuck that I cannot say, oh, it's only available on PS4, because I can still say that if I really want to. But, you know, if it sells good on PC, it means that the developers will get more money so that they can create more games and, more important, better games, better quality. I don't give a flying fuck that I can buy additionally on PC. I don't give a shit. So I really don't understand the hate. Of course, there's also the other part that is so annoying. Like, oh, the PC Master Race. Holy shit, I hate these guys. Every time I see someone say PC Master Race, I'm like, dude, grow the fuck up. Who gives a fuck? You know, it doesn't matter how strong your PC is. It still doesn't run Bloodborne or Uncharted or whatever. Yeah, I've heard that. They are really interested in making a Dark Souls in VR. How awesome would that be? And it can actually work really good, because with the Move controller, you have like your shield and your sword. Or when you do a spell, you have to make some. It will be pretty good. It will be cool. I mean, I think it will never be like a Dark Souls game like we know it, but the entire universe and stuff, it will be pretty cool. Talking about the VR Triforce, I actually bought Here They Lie. It was like $15 or $14. So, because I saw a little bit of gameplay, I'm like, okay, that's the game I want. Like, it's only 2 hours, 2.5 hours, something like that. So, you know, a weird horror game. I'm like, okay, it'll be pretty fun for like $14. Who gives a shit? Skyrim will be perfect for VR. I mean, if Skyrim would be available for PlayStation VR, the PSVR would sell, holy shit, a huge amount of copies. I mean, or products. It's still selling a lot. It's still, it's outsold in the United States, whatever. But it could have been like an incredible success. Skyrim in VR would be, holy shit. That would be so cool. Yeah, I mean, I never, definitely, but like people are saying that some actually think that PC was always behind the consoles and that now all of a sudden they are, you know, further in. I'm like, that's not true. When I had the PS2, my dad already had a PC that was stronger than the PS2. Did anybody give a shit? Nobody gives a shit. Final Fantasy VII came to PC. Final Fantasy VIII came to PC. No one gave a shit. And people really don't look. I actually read a lot, and then they're like, some say like certain games have sold more on PC than on PlayStation, right? Or Vita, or doesn't matter what. In the West, because in Japan, like the PC is almost non-existent, you know, it's nobody uses it. Almost. And I'm like, okay, really honestly, like really serious, if you're a publisher or a developer and you sell 100,000 units for $50, you'll be pretty happy. I mean, you're happy. I mean, sure, they're not getting the full $50, but still, you're happy. They are getting a big part of the $50. But what if you sell 150,000 units on PC in a Steam sale for $4? And like maybe $1.50 is coming to Steam, so they earn maybe $2. Do you really think that, I mean, they're happy, they are happy, but do you really think that they're like, okay, Steam is awesome, I'm exclusively making our games for Steam? No. I think that most smaller Japanese developers, and I think a lot of developers in general, see Steam as extra income. Like, you know, Call of Duty sells, Grand Theft Auto sold like what? It's still selling like 60 million on consoles and like 10 million or 8 million. I don't know. I'm not really sure, but a couple of million on PC. Do you really think that Rockstar thinks to themselves, holy shit, 10 million copies sold on PC against 60 million on console? Oh yeah, PC is the master race. We're gonna make Grand Theft Auto 6 exclusive to the PC. No. I think the only thing they really think is, okay, we get more money from people who buy our games on PC. They're happy. It's pocket-shing, like extra money for them. And to back up this claim, Red Dead Redemption 2 at the moment is coming out only for consoles. Why? Because that is where they make the most money. And even Japanese developers, they make the most money out of a console or a handheld. And everything that they put out on Steam, make sure they earn a little bit more money than they used to do. So it's better. It's better for us gamers. I don't give a fuck. I still, you know, if like against a PC gamer that has all the games I can say I have a collection. You just have pictures on your PC. That's it. You know, so I really don't understand why there's such a battle between PC versus consoles with Japanese games. I don't give a fuck. I want Final Fantasy 15 to be successful. I want Persona to be successful. And if that means that they're gonna put it out on Steam, better. So that we can get Persona 6 this generation, better. So we can get Final Fantasy 16 this generation, better. Put it out on Steam, I don't give a fuck. I'm still not gonna buy anything, but everyone who plays on Steam, good luck for you. No, I actually did not, Brent. But I mean, aren't they still working on Deep Down? What's up, Invisible Jim? Mike, seriously? How long is that game gonna take? Well, World End, there is a couple of Japanese games. I think that the Hyper Dimension Neptunia games and like the Rebirth 2 and 3 are on PC. And they sold more than 100,000 units. That is more than they sold in the West for the Vita. But as I mentioned, a publisher is gonna earn more money with 50,000 units. That's gonna cost them $40 instead of 100,000 units only sold for $3. Because everybody knows, you know, it's not a secret. It's nothing to be ashamed about. But Steam is big because of the Steam sales. That's it. If Steam would never had these amazing deals, PC gaming was never as big as it is right now. And you clearly see that because Sony and Microsoft is also trying to sort of create Steam sales, create such, you know, 70% off, 80% off, because that is how you create interest in digital products. I really don't think, seriously, that like with Tales of Berseria, coming out in January, by the way, one of you were right, that it's gonna sell at launch more on PC than on consoles. May run, see, because of amazing Steam sales, but I just cannot see physical and digital and unlimited editions going against a digital PC game. That is, even on PC, it's more niche than on consoles. I mean, Tales of is a pretty big name in consoles. They're still really niche on in you know, PCs. But as I said before, even if all the games in the West sold more on PC, good for them. Hopefully they can create better games with all the money they will get. The only thing that I care about is that I get to get a copy, a physical copy of the game. And I don't give a fuck where it is. To be honest, if I go even further, I don't even care if it's also coming to Xbox. I mean, you know, it's like, if all the Japanese games would also come out on Xbox, I don't give a fuck. The only thing I care about is that I can play the game. I can buy the physical copy. That's the only thing I care about. Really. I mean, sure, for bragging rights, you could say, oh, you know, PS4 has so many more games, but that's it. That's all. At the end, for the games, like for Sword Art, you know, I hope the game sells well. For World of Final Fantasy, I hope the game sells well. And if the publishers think to themselves, we need to put these games out on PC because we will earn a little bit more money, let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, really? Yoshinari Ono, that's that weird guy, right? From Street Fighter. Yeah. I mean, I think it's really important for bigger developing companies to indeed create teams. You know, not have one giant company, but create different teams like, hey, you're doing this, you're doing that, and you're doing this stuff. And, you know, Square Enix is doing it. And you see that, you know, they're creating Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, World of Final Fantasy, I Am Setsuna, Neo, Nier, you know, all these games they're creating. And, you know, they let other companies help them out, other companies create their IPs. So it's really cool. I also don't know any PS4, PC game that sold more. Like, Atelier, it was all of, the thing I was talking about is with Atelier Ferris coming to PC, the first Atelier game in the franchise, and people were just like creating a war. Like, what? I don't give a fuck what you say, you know, and I'm like, okay, that's cool, you know, happy for PC players. I hope they will buy it, I hope the game sells more. But is it gonna sell more on PC than PS4? I'm not really sure, I don't know. I think that a lot of gamers who buy Japanese games also like to collect stuff, like the limited editions and the physical games. So I think that most of them just buy the physical game. That's what I think. And I don't say that's what's gonna happen. Maybe I'm totally wrong, but that's what I think. Where can I go? Oh, here. But enough about PS4, PC versus PlayStation though. Let's talk about something else. I cannot attack. What the fuck am I doing? What? That's so weird. Did I do something? Oh! That's weird. If Deep Down is not on the PlayStation experience, I'm also going to give it up. I mean, if there's one stage that they could reintroduce the game, it will be a PlayStation experience. That would be pretty cool. If it's not there, then it's pretty much like gone. Super Nintendo Mini, that would be so cool. And I mean, didn't Capcom say that Street Fighter V is going to be the only retail version of the game and they are just going to add stuff to it? There's not going to be a Super Street Fighter V, Ultra Street Fighter V, even though I do hope at the end, you know, they're still going to release like Street Fighter V, the complete edition. Still hoping for that at least. Oh, I have to go up. How am I doing that? This is, by the way, the least interesting map from the entire game I have played up until now. This is like This map doesn't interest me at all. Oh, I can't go here. Ah, you too? Me too. My Final Fantasy copy is coming tomorrow. Holy shit. I can't wait. Oh, I have to go here and here. Okay. Buying a Wii U, I would wait for that, Triforce. There is a rumor, and that would be a pretty good rumor, is that pretty much all of the good Wii U games are coming to Switch. Like Xenoblade, Xenoblade Chronicles, maybe Bayonetta 2, Mario Kart, the Super Smash game. And all these games are coming to the Switch. So I would hold out on buying a Wii U. You could just rather buy the Switch. Yeah, deep down is pretty much high chance it's scrapped. Sadly, it looked super cool. I wish they would create a new Dragon's Dogma mode. I mean, a new Monster Hunter, that is almost out of the question because they announced already a new one for the 3DS, or at least an upgrade, so they're not gonna work on a new one and an upgrade, I think. I mean, seriously, look how boring this map is. It's just walls, 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 and walls. Compared to the other bigger map, this is really uninspiring. I'm like, eh. I'm just trying to get myself through this map as fast as possible. Activation complete. That could be true. I mean, another division, if that's the way they're doing it, could theoretically create another Monster Hunter, but I really hope that Capcom is making like a new Devil May Cry in the way of Devil May Cry 1 or 3, like a real Devil May Cry, or a new IP. Let them create something different. Triforce, I actually got a whole package of games from your Game Zone. I got pretty much all of their Black Friday deals for the games I didn't have. And DHL, of course, came today, and I wasn't at home because, you know, compared to you, I have work. So I wasn't home, so they're coming back tomorrow. And then I will get my copy of Idolmaster. Can't wait. I saw a little bit on YouTube because I wasn't really sure if it's a game like Dream Club. Because in Dream Club you really need Japanese to play it. And Idolmaster I have seen is also more like Hatsune Miku, you know, with music, and you have to press the right button at the right time. So I'm like, you know, that could be more import friendly, and it was only 30 bucks. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna buy it. I didn't really want to buy it, I wanted to buy something else. Who needs work when you have money to spare? Well, I'm not rich, so I have to work or else I won't have any money.
Good job.
And I got a bunch of other games that were really cheap. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna buy them, whatever. I basically checked out for the Ultimate Edition for Battlefront. I was really hoping that they would put out everything on disc. Nope. It is actually the entire. It's the same disc as the normal version of Battlefront. The only difference is you get a voucher code for the season pass. That's it. So no patches on disc. Still required online. Not gonna buy it. I really don't understand why they call it a ultimate version or ultimate, complete version. If it's not on disc. If it's not on disc, it's not a complete edition. Like, why cannot every developer do it like CD Projekt? Goose Pippins, I do not remember you. Sorry. The Witcher 3 Complete Edition actually has all the patches, all the DLCs, the 2 expansions on disc. How it should be. Head of Research and Development Division 3, Ryazo Tsumoto, focus on Japanese market. Monster Hunter, Monster Stories, Ace Attorney, Sengoku Basara is also one of these games. I'm like, it should come out in the West, but they pretty much said after Sengoku Basara 3 failed in the West, like, oh, we're not gonna bring these games anymore. They're not selling. I'm like, what? You just released it at a bad time on a bad system. But I got the game from Japan. I mean, it's really cool. It's a really cool game. But who knows? Maybe Sengoku Basara 5 will be announced next year, and maybe it will be announced for a localization. I understand that they want to stop the used market. I understand that. But you get the season pass. Like, if they would create the season pass on disc, you're gonna pay $50 for it. So you are already paying for the extra content that is on disc compared to the much cheaper normal version. So if you want to create a ultimate version, do not spend it on a voucher code. It's bullshit. It's a waste of resources. Same with Overwatch, Battlefront, Battleborn. All of these online-only games that are getting physical plastic versions are a waste of resources. Really. It's a waste of space. It's a waste of resources. Maybe. Who knows? I mean, what are they going to do? As we said before, making Monster Hunter exclusive to the Switch would be a big mistake. Where do I read all the info? Or do you mean with H brand? Because, I mean, like, I check out a lot of info on a lot of sites. Gamatsu, Circunera, Figure C Shards, PlayStation sites. But there are more sites like NeoGAF and Kotaku that has more in-depth information about companies and what they're doing. And H brand is, I see, really interested in that kind of information, and with all due respect, I am not truly interested in who is making what type of game, how a company is structured. I just want to see their games. That's it. So that's why I have basic knowledge of what the fuck is going on. But H-Brand, he definitely knows a lot more. And that's cool though. I mean, it's cool to talk about it. Of course I remember Gyro Active. Gyro Active. Gyro. Of course. Main Monster Hunter team is working on a Division 3. Did you actually check out the list of the games for PSX and the panels? There are actually a couple of unannounced panels. I'm like, that could be new games, you know? Developers releasing new games, information about new games, that would be cool. Where do I have to go though? Oh, there. So much, I'm losing track of where the hell I should go. 44. And almost an hour again. And you remember or don't really know how long you're playing, it means it's a good game. I mean, a lot of these games, I'm like, oh, I'm already an hour in. I'm like, holy shit. Didn't even know I was an hour into the game already. What do you know about Gyro Active? Not that much. I know the name. And if you feel bad about it, I forget stuff easily. I have said this a lot of times, I am not a smart guy. I forget a lot of stuff really easily. Even from my best friend, I'm like, I forget, sometimes I forget pretty important stuff. I'm like, oops, sorry. I really forgot that. Luckily though, everybody knows that I'm not the smartest in the world and that I forget stuff easily. Except if it's like a game, I kind of remember that. So don't feel bad about it. If I cannot say anything about what I know about Gyro Active, I do know the name. The name sounds familiar. That will definitely shock the world. Like, you know what will be cool? Sony could really push the PS4 if there will be a story approaching Monster Hunter, and then, you know, a special edition Monster Hunter PS4. That would be so cool. I actually checked out the unboxing for the PS4 from Final Fantasy. I don't know. I think that the Slim is growing on me. It seems really cool. I'm like, that would be a bundle I would want to have. Oh yeah, you were the guy that loves medieval stuff. I remember that. Ah, so you're that guy. What's up? Why do you have a different name? Why are you Goose Pippins and not just Gyro? Gyro Active was a pretty cool name. Like really, they're like level 40 and I'm just almost one-hitting them, so I think I'm a little bit overpowered. That's good though, I like that. I remember that, yes. I remember someone being really informative about medieval, so you were that guy. Welcome back. And if you're gonna ask when are you going to play Warband, the answer is not in a long time. The power source fades. Actually thinking about it, like, I haven't beaten this game. Final Fantasy 15 tomorrow. Like, 2 weeks later. The Last Guardian. Then I have a time off. Like, December, The Last Guardian is the last game. Hopefully I can beat those 3 games and actually play them in the amount I want to play them and complete them until I am satisfied playing the games, up until the freaking tsunami of games are coming out. Yeah, the PS4 Slim is a #1 on Amazon, and a lot of other tracking sites or stores that have top sellers in United States. And people don't understand. I said this, and people were hating on me like, "Do you have proof?" I'm like, it's logic, it's common sense. PS4 Pro was eating away PS4 Slim sales. You know, if the PS4 Slim was not reduced $50 in price, the PS4 Pro would be still outselling it. For $100 more, you can buy the much more powerful Pro. But now that on Black Friday the PS4 is $250, it has become a much better deal. In my opinion, Sony should keep the Slim at $250 to increase maximum sales, but they want to, push the Pro more. And that's the only reason why Xbox One won 4 months. Because people were pre-ordering the Pro. Did you know that in at least Amazon, the PlayStation 4 Pro is the #1 sold console in at Amazon for the entire year? 1 month of sales, #1. I think it's like in the top 40 or top 50. I mean, that is amazing. It sold more in 1 month than PS4, PS4 Slim, Xbox One Slim, at least up until before Black Friday, at least. So, it's common sense that people are pre-ordering the Pro instead of buying the Slim, and that's why Xbox One Slim was winning against the PlayStation. That's the only reason. The only reason. People don't believe it, but it's true. And I mean, Gears of War could have made a positive impact. Slim could have made a positive impact, maybe. But seriously, what games are coming out in the next couple of months? Almost nothing. Really nothing for Xbox. What is coming out in the next couple of months for PlayStation fans? Too much. Too much. I mean, if you think about it, Sony has 3 big games. The Last Guardian, Gravity Rush, and of course Horizon. So, Sony is going to be very happy next year. Oh yeah, you changed your name because someone on YouTube was bugging you? I remember that too. Yeah, GameStop indeed said that. So, I think that every advantage the Xbox One made in these 4 months will be absolutely destroyed in November. That's what I think. I mean, if Xbox would win November at NPD, I would be shocked. I'm like, okay, that's weird. Like, the tides have turned. Xbox is more preferable than the PlayStation at the moment. But statistics say that that's not the case. I don't mind though. I mean, competition is healthy. Believe it or not, it's true. It's healthy. If Sony would never be in the dire situation they were with the PS3, they most probably would never have pushed software so much. And even though they are the kings right now, they're still pushing software, because we talked about that Making good exclusive games is just really important these days for consoles. And it's kind of funny that like a lot of debate and discussion between console sales and why is the PS4 selling so good. So many are saying, oh, that's not because of the exclusives. Nobody is buying the PS4 to play exclusives on. It's more the multi-platform games. Yet The Last of Us is like a number 5 or 6 on Amazon. It's selling like hotcakes. Also think about the Uncharted. The PS4 bundle comes with Uncharted 4. Uncharted 4, the best-selling game at the moment. At least for Amazon. I think that Walmart and Target and some other GameStop, they had the Uncharted 4 bundle with The Last of Us and Ratchet & Clank. I mean, that is a good deal. That's also a franchise I'm like, next year's E3, trust me on it, we are going to see a new Ratchet & Clank. We're going to see Ratchet & Clank 2. Trust your little butts on it. If I talk too much though, you can just say it. You can just say, shut the fuck up. You talk too much. Where do I have to go? Oh, I have to go there. The Last of Us 2, there's indeed a lot of rumors that that game is going to be announced. I mean, for good reasons. Because The Last of Us, I mean, it's a better game. Let's just face it. The Last of Us is better than Uncharted 4. Oh, it definitely left a huge impact on me. I mean, it was pretty cool. I mean, the whole relationship that you see being created in front of you between the guy and Ellie. What was the name of the guy actually? See, those are things that I remember. Like, I love The Last of Us so much. I remember Ellie. But I just forget the name of the main guy. This is... I can't help that, I can't stop that. It's really annoying. Like, even I am like, oh shit, I wish I was smarter than that, but that's just it. I forgot the name of the guy. Who gives a shit? You know what I'm talking about. You see them as being really hostile towards each other. See them growing and growing and growing and... at the end, they are almost like family. They are like family, and I think that is why the ending of the game, it depends on which ending you choose. I choose the ending of lying. Is so powerful. It really is powerful. Like, are you going to tell the truth? And she may not like it, because if I remember correctly, if they would have killed Ellie, they could have cured the world. But they need to kill... they need to kill Ellie. They need to kill someone he thought as a daughter. So he just couldn't do it. And, that raises a really interesting question, is like... They could save the world, but you choose a selfish way of letting her live. I mean, if that was your daughter, even though it's not your real daughter, but if it was your daughter, would you do that? Would you kill your own daughter to save the world? Even though, I mean, theoretically, the world is fucked up. So, and it's funny to know, because I know that for almost a fact. What's up, Awesome Dragon? Holy shit, that's been a long time, dude. How are you doing? I know for almost a fact that Ellie knew he was lying. The look on her face, I mean, you're just like, okay, she knows you're lying, but for some reason, she just doesn't give a shit. You know, she's like, whatever, I'm alive. And I think that's what made The Last of Us so impactful. Also, you know, the world, it was so depressing, and you're like, I hope it never happens in real life. So The Last of Us is just an absolute masterpiece of a game. It deserves every silly. Will The Last of Us done an incredible good job at ending the saga of Uncharted. So, whoops. Awesome Dragon Gamer. Like, I'm really sorry, but I get a lot of questions about Mount and Blade, and I've been getting a lot of unsubscribers. Maybe because of the answer I'm giving them, but I said it in a lot of Mount and Blade videos. I said it in like all the streamings I have done for this game. Is that I understand that a lot of you are subscribed because of Mount and Blade. But I have said it. I am a Japanese player. You know, I love Japanese games, and with Sword Art or with World of Final Fantasy, Mount and Blade pretty much stops. It's World of Final Fantasy, Sword Art Online, tomorrow Final Fantasy 15, The Last Guardian, Gravity Rush, Fate Stella, Yakuza 0, Tales of Berseria. It just goes on and on and on and on and on. So I don't have time to play Mount and Blade. I don't want to play Mount and Blade when all the awesome games are coming out. I had an awesome time with Mount and Blade, I really did. And if Bannerlord is going to be announced for consoles, I would be the happiest guy in the world. But as of right now, that is pretty much how it is. What the fuck? Oh yeah, I got the new stuff. I got new earrings. Ooh, 70. It's not better. At least I don't think it's better. That's it. Yeah. Viral pool. Ooh, it's pretty cool. Like Night Mill, and you get this. Like, this fucking sucks. Like, really? It has such an awesome name, Night Mill, and you get this puny looking armor. I mean, this is a cool armor. I'm getting this one though. This is awesome armor. Okay, let's go here. Control room. Ah. I guess you do. Oh, that was fast. The seal is broken. This actually looks like the castle in Area 4 or 3. Whatever. I don't give a shit. I think it looks that way though. It definitely looks that way. Oh well. Control room. Control room. Yeah. PSX would be the perfect stage for Sony to show their talent, you know, show their Japan studio and, you know, PlayStation exclusives. So hopefully we're gonna see something, but maybe they're just gonna show The Last Guardian or Gravity Rush 2, you know, instead of something new. But who knows? Maybe they're working on Siren for the VR. Even thinking about that kind of makes me scared. 'Cause I mean, Siren is awesome, but it's scary as fuck. The kidnappers, winged monsters. Darkness, a world of unknown pleasures. It's yours, Kirsty. Solve the puzzle, turn the key. Thumbs up for Hellraiser. Hellraiser. You opened the box. We came. Now taste our pleasures. The doctor has arrived! It's time for surgery! Sometimes I think it's really funny that definitely like in America there are so many politicians saying and people like, oh, video games make my kids violent. I'm like, I think I was 6 or 7 and my dad made us watch Star Wars, Conan, Hellraiser, Friday, was it Friday? There was also something else, some bad enemy, and at the end the guy has his eyes poked out and you're just looking in his face without the eyes. Holy shit, that was scary as fuck. Am I violent? No, I'm not violent. Not at all, actually. I am not violent at all. Yeah, Hellraiser. Awesome movie. Franchise, actually. Maybe. I mean, last year they did announce like Yakuza 5. I think they also announced Yakuza 0. Yeah, they announced Yakuza 0 to come out. So that will be cool. I mean, you know, I think that Sony also knows that a lot of gamers buy the PS4 because they know it's the #1 Japanese system. So, you know, and Sony has, as we just said, also Japanese games coming up. So it would be interesting for them to make sure that people know, like, hey, we're making Japanese games too. We have weird-ass games. I'm really curious. Next year is going to be awesome, I hope. I mean, I'm getting my birthday. Hopefully it's going to be an awesome party. You know, who knows, maybe no one's going to show up. I had that once, though. I had that once. Almost no one came. Well, trust me, that really sucks. If you think, yeah, you have plans and are not coming. But it's not going to happen this time. I really actually don't care. Like, if the people that are coming that I think they should come, you know, my best friend and stuff, they need to come. If they're there, I don't give a fuck who comes. I don't give a shit. Even if they're with 4 people, I don't give a fuck. But, yeah, after my birthday, PlayStation experience. How awesome is that? Yeah, I mean, you know, Kuni 2, people are really happy about it. So, you know, if Sony plays their cards right, they could revive the interest in Japanese games. They could definitely do that. It's gonna be hard though. I mean, it means that they have to be quality, but then again, I mean, tomorrow I'm gonna see for myself how Final Fantasy 15 is. If Final Fantasy 15 is actually going to be a good game, then who knows? Maybe the interest in more mature Japanese RPGs will grow, and maybe again the mainstream media will say, "Oh shit, these games are awesome." Nobody knows what's going to happen. Final Fantasy 13 definitely did not do that. The only thing that sucks though is that on a Saturday, most of the time, the post guy comes like 2 or 3 o'clock in the midday. That kind of sucks. Yeah. Oh yeah, Ace Combat 7 already been announced. It actually was announced last year at PSX. I didn't even know that. So who knows? Maybe we're gonna see Ace Combat 7. And to be honest, if Ace Combat 7 is a thing, it's gonna be on VR, or at least VR compatible. That'll be so cool though. Dogfights, you know, with Ace Combat. I never played the Ace Combat, by the way. Never played it. Never. Any of them. I think I had the PS3 version. I got a PS3 Ace Combat. What's up, Snatcher NL? How are you doing? Did you order? Did I order? No, I just got the Day 1 edition for Final Fantasy 15. I'm not someone who actually likes deluxe editions. I don't like steel books, by the way. I don't like steel books at all. And I got the game for 43 euros. That's a good deal. That's a good price for a new game. So. Most of the time, I just buy the normal version. The normal plastic box. You know, for all the special... I mean, I love all these special editions. The truth is, I really don't have space for it. Like, I have a really big room. I have a large living room. I do. But it's not built up to sustain a lot of boxes. You know. Let's see the map where we have to go. Oh, holy shit. We actually need to... Oh. Okay. Okay. You have to go down here. Yeah. Not up the hill, but down the hill. That's not funny. I don't give a fuck. I think it's funny. Fuck up. Level 47. No, I actually get some XP for it. I hope at least. Oh, you're actually Steelbook guy? I actually want to make a video tomorrow. Yes, finally a new dedicated video. Actually dedicated for plastic cases against Steelbook. It's kind of funny that we're talking about it right now, because some publishers like Deep Silver are really into first day editions being on Steelbook, like Persona 5 and King of Fighters 14 having Steelbook cases, and that means I have to wait until the day one editions sell out, and I'm waiting for a long time already, and I'm really annoyed. I don't like Steelbook cases at all. I don't know why. I don't like them. I think they're really ugly. I mean, the Final Fantasy though, I want to say one little thing. The Final Fantasy 15 Steelbook looks amazing because of the artwork. I mean, the artwork looks amazing. I would buy the Steelbook version though. Maybe one day when I can see it cheap, just for the artwork. That's all. Well, I have heard multiple people actually saying, including my friend who is playing Final Fantasy at the fucking moment, that it is just like Final Fantasy VIII. It's more mature. It has fantasy in it, but not as much. And he also said it reminds him a lot of Final Fantasy VIII, but without the really difficult to understand draw system. And to be honest, Final Fantasy VIII is an awesome Final Fantasy game. It's an awesome game. You know, 12 is not better, 13 is not better. So, but he and I both agree on one thing. It would be awesome if they would create a Final Fantasy 16 being more like Final Fantasy 9, being really fantasy-like. That would be cool. Just something totally different. But you know, a couple of times he asked me and he's like, oh, you know, oh my God, Alex, this game is Final Fantasy. This is what Final Fantasy 13 should have been, and this and that, and he said that the game is absolutely amazing. So I'm just super hyped. I'm really hyped now. Like, World of Final Fantasy was good, Sword Art is really good, but Final Fantasy should be the king of RPGs. So let's see if it can regain its throne. This is a really boring map. Did I already say that? I mean, seriously, this map is really boring. I don't like this map at all. Such a shame, like the first 4 levels, 4 areas, or 3 areas. Is it area 4? I want to check it out. No, of course, no. I mean, even the desert area, like all 4 areas are pretty good looking. I mean, aesthetically, they look pleasing. This looks just boring. It feels like I'm in the same level the entire time. So I really hope that this is a small map. I do like the music though. I like music that has this sort of vocal in it, like Liberty. Was it Liberty Fatale or Fealty? I don't know. Liberty, some. You know what I'm talking about? The Final Fantasy VIII song, like Fiddles, holy shit! I love that kind of music. I mean, the song for the new God of War is like printed almost inside my head. Like bum 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 Bum, 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 bum. I love that kind of music. Dun, 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 dun. Bum, 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 bam, bam, bum, bum. And then you have that girl singing. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. You know, you can check out the video. When I heard that music, I immediately said, "This is Final Fantasy 15," or no, I said this is Final Fantasy 7, or this is God of War, and I was right. It was God of War. Bum bum bum. Yeah, I've actually heard that the pre-orders for Final Fantasy 15 was actually pretty low in Japan, but as of right now, it is at #1 in Amazon. So maybe because here in the West and in America, the game has already been leaked, people are already talking about it. Maybe the Japanese media has picked it up like, oh, it's a really good Final Fantasy, so maybe that really excited Japanese fans. Or just because, you know, the game is almost coming out. I'm really curious how much PS4s are going to sell for. Like the limited edition. Really curious. A strong and healthy console market in Japan will mean a strong and healthy amount of games. In my humble opinion, I have a lot of opinions, but I've never seen anyone say that I have a humble opinion. I have heard a lot of gamers that I speak out too much. I'm always saying, oh, this game is awesome, blah, 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 but I have low standards. I like a lot of games. To be honest, are you talking about Sword Art Hallow Fragment or Sword Art Last Song? Because Hallow Fragment I have never played. Lost Song I have played a lot. But what I have heard of Hallow Fragment is that it was just, the combat system wasn't that good. It was a little bit overly complicated. Graphically it didn't look good. And it was a huge grind. It was a huge grind. And like for Lost Song, I can only talk about the Lost Song. I mean, Lost Song it's a different style game. It's more of a, you have one big giant map and you can fly, you can go up, down, and you can fly higher to reach different dungeons, to reach different parts of the world. And there is more exploration in that map. But you only have 4 or 5 maps. But they are so large that it's gonna take you like 50 hours to complete. And I like the Lost Song a lot. I liked it a lot. This game, however, I mean, I can show you. I am playing it for 53 hours, level 44, and I am at the 5th area in the map, in the world. Here is at least one more map, and I think this is a map, and this is a map. I'm not really sure, but that's what I think. These maps they not only look really good, I mean, I've said this multiple times already, this is the most boring map in the game. This map looks ugly, it looks boring. The other maps, look at the other streams, some of them are absolutely beautiful looking maps. And I had just such an enjoyment playing through them. I am really trying to rush this one out. And the battle system that I know of this one is, it is more in depth than Lost Song. You have a lot of stuff, but eventually, with only a couple of buffs, you can easily play the game. It's really easy to understand. You can create a really deep and interesting system with a lot of different weapons, different buffs, different stats, and different abilities you can choose from. But eventually, what you see right now is what you're doing almost the entire game. Going to maps, like red is a dungeon, you know, those green things are quests. You have hidden bosses, like strong bosses that will give you armor or a weapon. And you can farm those bosses to get different stats at the weapon. You have like 1 star, 2 stars, up to 5 stars. Quests will give you most of the time stronger enemies to fight, making you get experience, and also gives you materials to upgrade your weapons. You have a main hub, you know, a town area consists of 4 areas, even though one of them is actually interesting, the marketplace. Because you can upgrade your gear. You have a lot of different weapons, different armors. But at the end, the core gameplay, Snatcher, is what you're seeing right now. And if you look at this and you think to yourself, this looks boring, then this is boring for you. You won't be able to enjoy the game. This is what you do most of the time. Walking around, kind of exploring, doing quests, and fighting. So if you didn't like that, then, you know, this game is not for you. But against a Hallow fragment, that I agreed is that the battle system is not so overly complicated and the game actually looks pretty damn good. Final Fantasy XIII Trilogy damaged the Final Fantasy brand, but Tabata will be a hero to make Final Fantasy relevant again. Yeah. Final Fantasy XIII definitely damaged the Final Fantasy brand. It definitely did. And anyone who says that's not true, they're just naive. It is so true. Most gamers I have talked to, most gamers that I see talking about Final Fantasy XIII on YouTube or forums, they are negative about it. They're like, it's not a bad game. It's just not Final Fantasy. It's not how I remember Final Fantasy. And if Final Fantasy 15 truly is that damn good, Tabata will definitely be the one who, you know, took back the crown and made Final Fantasy the king of RPGs. So that more people can finally be excited for Final Fantasy 16. Even though I still think the Final Fantasy 7 remaster will be popular, more popular than 15. I really think that. If they do it right, if they create a good game. Because hey, they can somehow still fuck it up. I'm like, I want to do that quest, but then again I'm like, I just want to get out of this area. Really? The only thing that is keeping me in this area is number 1, the higher level enemies and the pretty good music. Also, by the way, I have noticed that every area has different battle music. Now that is awesome. A lot of times, bigger RPGs, you know, they have one battle song, and if that just doesn't fit right, then it's gonna get annoying. So luckily, every area has different battle music. That's pretty cool. Hellish Valhalla. I heard Japan was very hyped for Biohazard 7. Yeah, I mean, you know, I've said that too. Resident Evil 7 looks really good. It looks like they finally took that fear effect, the sort of, you know, being scared of the game, back. People were scared, you know, Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3. 4, it started to slow down. 5, 6, they're not scary at all. And because of the successful PT demo, I just know that is the reason why they created 7 the way they have created it. With VR, I think it's going to be absolutely terrifying. For people like me who are already terrified by stuff like that, so... You don't have fetch quests in this game. Like, you go to a bulletin board and you have like 100 quests. You click on them, all of them, of course, you want to do all the quests, and the quests will appear in the area. And there are also other quests that makes you kill a certain enemy 10 times or 20 times. And those are quests you can only do once. Now, all the other quests you can see here, like the 2 green bold round circles. Every time you reload the map, these circles will be there again. So you don't have to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You can just easily do these quests when you're exploring the world. And with these quests, you also get the materials and the items or whatever right away. So there, if you didn't like the fetch quests, there are no fetch quests in this Sword Art game. Oh, so this is the main seal. Okay. Well, yeah, it's like how late is it? It's 10 o'clock in the evening, and I'm getting tired. Not only because I had a really tiring work day, not because it was a busy day, it's because it was not a busy day. I had nothing to do at work, and that makes you really lazy. But also because just this map is so uninspiring. It's really boring. This is a really boring map. This is a really, really boring map. I can at least get experience out of these ones. I actually got quite a lot of experience. Yeah, but didn't the remaster for Resident Evil 1 and 0 sell a lot? I remember Capcom saying it sold more than 1 million. That they were really happy about the sales. You know, guess what? An old school RPG, you know, an old school Resident Evil game being more popular than, you know, a bigger new release, of course. Even though Resident Evil 6 also sold quite a lot though. Holy shit, dude, I won't, hopefully I won't. I think that the first couple of hours I will be amazed at how good it looks. I mean, compared to this, you know, it's like comparing PS3 against, you know, comparing PS2 against PS3. There's a big difference between Final Fantasy 15 and every other Japanese RPG graphically. Oh wait, let's see if I can at least maybe beat the mini boss or wherever. I hope. I mean, I want change too, and you know, we've talked about it. Last generation was kind of a boring generation. You had so many games that tried to be Call of Duty, and nothing really spectacular stood out, except for a couple of ones. And this generation has definitely been a huge improvement. The Witcher 3 is, by far one of the best RPGs I've ever played. It's just so fucking good. Was this level? Oh, level 63. I won't beat that. You know what I miss? Now that I think about it, I miss my cola. Really, I miss my cola. Oh, well, 45. To be honest, I don't really care getting tired though. If I get tired, I can sleep easily. And if I sleep early, wake up late, hopefully Final Fantasy will be in the middle. Ah. Yeah, the music is really good in this game. Really good. Not Final Fantasy good. World of Final Fantasy had better music, but the music it's really good. I mean, Lost Song also had some really good soundtracks. Then, if Capcom does that, Capcom is gonna have a rebirth. They're gonna be great again. Definitely with like if they create Devil May Cry 5, like Devil May Cry 1 or 3 with the real Dante, with the over-the-top, awesome, stylish battle system and super gothic-like world. Holy shit! And then you have Onimusha 5 having a more stiffer battle system, more like Neo. And then with more mature and like with how Onimusha is, that would be so cool. Because I mean, let's be honest, Tecmo Koei is making the new Onimusha. Neo is pretty much Onimusha. They're doing what Capcom should have done. And as I said, if Neo is going to be a success, Capcom is going to make new Onimusha. They're gonna do that. In some form. I have not seen the anime, no. I love anime, I really do, but I just once in a while I check out anime. And to be honest, the anime that I check out is more like ecchi style. Like Iki 1000. Pow. Yay. Map. How many maps more? On the bright side though, it does seem that I'm almost at the end in this map. You only have this, floors. Because I'm really getting bored. Really. This map sucks. They should have done such a... Like the first map had a castle in the background. That was so like magic. I want to see how the castle is. In the end, when you actually get in the castle, it was a little bit disappointed. But still, walking in the forest, seeing that castle in the distance was pretty cool. Oh, we have to go there. What I remember of Devil May Cry 4 is it had these really weird platform elements. If I'm not mistaken. Because didn't, was it Nero, the guy that you played, had this sort of slingshot? Or was that DMC? But like Devil May Cry also has this going back and forth. Like, oh, you need to open a door and you need this and that, and that's like in a place you already visited. I mean, with Devil May Cry 1, 2, and 3, you're like, okay, they're new. But with 4, it really annoyed me a little bit. I never beat 4. I stopped playing 4 at when you were in the snow with that castle. You were walking around that bridge and you saw like a huge ass castle. And I remember in some open area in the castle there was a boss fight. That's the last thing I remember from Devil May Cry 4. I didn't like the character. The entire time I was like, where the fuck is Dante? I want to play with Dante, you know, I want to play... Like, Devil May Cry, one of the stronger points is the awesome character that is Dante. Not only visually he looks cool, he was just a badass character. And Nero, if that was his name, is not a bad... I don't think he's badass. He was not a badass character. But you have Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition for PS4, and it does have like more characters. So that will be cool. I still want to buy it. You know, to be honest, maybe I'm getting sleepy because, I mean, I'm still playing this game for 53 hours. It's a long ass time. Maybe I have been playing it too much. Holy shit, everyone almost dead. That was not a good idea. Come on, Piggy! Whoops! Whoopsie! Everyone died. My mistake. Yeah, this is a really... I mean, seriously, don't you have the feeling that you're playing the same map? Like, everything feels the same. It's really boring. I mean, this has to be like, you know, in the storyline, this is like a last bastion. This is a castle, a fortress destroyed. The only thing I'm seeing is the same structural wall. They could have definitely created a more pleasing castle or fortress than this. So... this is definitely one of the boring parts in the game. Tales games also have some really tedious areas though. To be honest, almost every RPG, even Final Fantasy X and 7 and 8 and 9, has certain areas where you're like, oh my god. I just want it to end. But it's not like this area is tedious. It's just visually it's not appealing. It's just not an interesting area. Come on, bitches. Really? I actually loved the pace of Uncharted 4. I actually have a couple of areas in Uncharted 1 and 2 and 3. Maybe not in 2. But definitely in 1, almost at the end, you get in a certain part where you get to the city again with the square. Is it called a square? With the round fountain, or as actually a round structure, and there are snipers everywhere, and there's just after snipers there's like a huge swarm of enemies, and after the enemies there are snipers again, and after that you go into the church and you get up. That part is tedious as fuck. Really annoying part. Super annoying. Uncharted 2, I cannot remember any tedious parts. Really. In my opinion, in my mind, Uncharted 4 was just one awesome roller coaster ride. Just absolutely fantastic. Uncharted 3, every Uncharted is awesome. Uncharted 3 had a couple of tedious areas, and that mostly had to do with swarms of enemies. Not because how it looked, not because of where you were, not because of the storyline, because of swarms of enemies. Too much enemies. That, in my opinion, broke off the game of being some sort of Tomb Raider, right? Uncharted 4, though, in my opinion, did it perfectly. Like a perfect balance between a little bit of open world exploration, a little bit of puzzles, of, climbing up walls, and of fighting. I wasn't bored in Uncharted 4 at all. Like, at all. That is definitely true. If you consider it, Uncharted 2 is the better game. Uncharted 4 is better than Uncharted 3. And Uncharted 3 is, of course, better than Uncharted. Uncharted 1 is a good game. Is it a great game? Maybe not. Did you actually know that Uncharted 1 didn't sell well at the beginning? I think it sold like 70,000 units or 170,000 units. It was not a success. Actually, because word of mouth, people were all of a sudden really interested in Uncharted. And I remember the first holiday, Uncharted 1 sold more at launch. It was selling more and more and more and more, and people were definitely talking about the great graphics, the great storyline, how awesome Nathan Drake is, and Uncharted became more popular because of that. But at the beginning, not a lot of people had interest in the game. And then Uncharted 2 got announced, and it just exploded. Most of that part is because of just the amazing graphics. It really looked spectacular back in the day. And at the end, Uncharted 2 had just great characters, great storyline, great gameplay, and yes, amazing graphics. And I still want to get the Uncharted collection and play through at least Uncharted 2 and 3. I played Uncharted 1 3 times, then the Trophy Patch game, I played it again, so I know Uncharted 1 pretty well. But Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 3, I actually played only once. Believe it or not. Even Uncharted 4, I only played once. I'm going to play Uncharted 4 more though, because the free survival mode is coming up. I love the survival mode in Uncharted 2. That was super cool. Yeah, Uncharted 1 had really long legs because of word of mouth. And I think also because it was one of the only good PlayStation 3 games you could buy. You know, that's pretty much also a fact. Yeah, Capcom really slowed down in the last generation. I mean, they had some good games. Don't get me wrong. They had some good games. They focused more on handheld, on Monster Hunter, and the biggest newer IPs for Capcom. Well, it's a good game though. I liked it. I think that if Capcom would make like Dragon's Dogma 2 and take out the annoying parts of the game, it could be a really successful game because gameplay-wise, it played better. It was more interesting than Skyrim. It truly was. It truly was. Gameplay-wise. The whole world of Skyrim is just what makes Skyrim so awesome. And you know, all the lore you can find and the characters you meet and the storylines. That is what made, and it's what's still making Skyrim so incredibly successful. I mean, if you look at Amazon, Skyrim is like the second best-selling game right now. I think on the PS4 it's actually sold out. You know, Skyrim is awesome, and I would love to play Skyrim again and play it more, because I do remember loving the game a lot. The world and the music. It's a really big game. My brother did everything he could in Skyrim, and it took him more than 1,000 hours. And he actually plays games more die-hard than me. He like with Diablo, he like knows all the statistics of the stuff he has. He's like, oh, you know, this stuff increases this damage, and bundled with this stat, it increases even more the damage, and then critical damage. Like, what? How the hell do you know that? But he's really into getting, you know, his stats, so he's really into games. They were too much on gameplay instead of making story-driven games. I don't know. I mean, Dragon's Dogma is story-driven. Resident Evil 5 and 6 are really story-driven. You have to create a good balance between a good story and good gameplay. I just think that the Western developers, they focus too much on incredible graphics, no story, and no gameplay. What's up, RP Goblin? Oh wait, RPG Goblin. That's actually a pretty cool name. Yes, I'm playing the game now for 53 hours, almost 54. And trust me, if you just watched this stream, if you haven't watched any of the other streams, this is by far the most boring part of the game right now. This map is absolutely boring. But the game itself is fantastic. I mean, everybody sees that, right? It's RPG Goblin. Dreadnought. That's a cool name. Has to be some sort of super armor. Come on, seriously. Let's check it out. Dreadnought. What? Shit. It's called the Dreadnought. Look how fucking gay this looks. This looks gay as fuck. With the knife mill. Look how gay he looks. He looks like a peasant. A peasant with the names of Dreadnought and Night Mill. Night Mill. What? This looks cool though. This looks pretty cool. I'm a gentleman. Hello. This looks better. Much better. This also. Bear Shank. Also gay. I enjoy chatting on Twitter. Did you talk to me on Twitter? Seriously, I have no idea. Who are you then? Oh, I see it! Ah, yes, RPG Goblin. Yeah, okay. Ah, yes. That you were buying Black Friday deals on PSN. Actually, here in Europe, I only bought the story pack for One Piece Pirate Warriors 3. It was like $4, and it's like the season pass. I bought the season pass for One Piece. I mean, $4, you get a lot of extra stuff. I think it was worth it. Nothing else is interesting. No Japanese games, no indies, nothing interesting on Black Friday. All of these Western big games that I don't care about. Yeah. I might just really, holy shit, I'm actually dying. Can't be fucking serious. Really? Really? Okay, wait up. Run, piggy! Run! I'm overpowered for this area, but the quests, some of the quests are higher levels. That's pretty cool. Even though I most probably will never come back to this area ever again. Because it's pretty boring. Alright, so you got a Mega Hyper Dimension Neptunia. I think you mean Victory 2. That's actually one of the only exclusives for PS4. It's on PC! I know, don't give a shit. It's still exclusive in my eyes. And I still need to buy for PS4. Fairy Fencer F Advent Dark. Is it called Advent Dark? Yes, it is. Or Dark Advent. That's also the game I still need to buy. I mean, it came out this year though. I'm maybe going to get it for my birthday. Maybe. Who knows? But I have the base game on PS3. That game is good. Fairy Fencer F is actually a really good game. I highly enjoyed what I have played. But I stopped playing because they announced the updated version for PS4. I'm curious about Mega Hyper Dimension though. Like I played the first one and that kind of sucked. The first one sucked. But I have heard though that all the others after the third one are actually really good. Especially the Vita versions are really good. That is true. Definitely, Resident Evil 5 was definitely doing this mission, doing that mission. Resident Evil 7 had also parts, but I still liked it. I still like Resident Evil 5, Resident Evil 6. I never played Lost Planet. Dragon's Dogma had pawns, so it was really annoying. They also broke the game with pawns. I remember that I was like just playing the game, and I could get a pawn that was high level, so I could breeze through the game much easier than I think Capcom wants you to do. But I mean, still, I really like Dragon's Dogma. I like the world, I like the gameplay, especially the battle system of Dragon's Dogma was awesome. Awesome. Just the whole spawning the enemy at the same exact time, every time, and no fast travel was really annoying. That just broke the game, in my opinion. Two more areas. Yeah, Skyrim and Uncharted were 25 each. That's an amazing price, dude. Skyrim is awesome if you know what Skyrim is. If you want to have a really long, in-depth, awesome Western RPG, Skyrim is your man. And Uncharted 4 is absolutely fantastic. Seriously. It is a really good ending to the franchise. Really good. I really hope that they're gonna stop. I really hope that Sony is going to make something else, or Naughty Dog is going to make something else. No Uncharted anymore. That's really what I think. What I hope. They really ended Uncharted 4 at the right note. That is true, though. That is true. They could have created a more memorable party. Like, a Dragon Age had that witch girl everybody remembers. What was her name? You know what I'm talking. If you played Dragon Age, the first one, Origin, you know the witch that I'm talking about. You know, in Skyrim, you had the king and some other memorable characters. You know, of course, you had the incredible popular meme, arrow to the knee. You know, so they created memorable stuff. Dragon's Dogma, nothing is memorable except for the gameplay and the boss battles. No character is memorable that I can think of. Flamet, was that the witch girl from the swamp? It could be though. It could be. Like everybody loved her. She was like, she was actually pretty evil, if you think about it. But I liked her a lot because I like evil girls, no, evil women. Duh. And she was like freaking hot. Wasn't she had like pretty revealing clothes on? Oh Oh yes, Morrigan. That is the name, Morrigan. That was the swamp witch girl, the black witch, or whatever. What the fuck am I doing? Oh wait, I have to complete that. Why the fuck am I running away from the quest? That's so weird. Is it a quest though? I think it's a quest, right? Oh, it's actually water. Huh. It looks fairly good. Pretty good. More region. Warning! Villainous slime. Holy shit, I'm fat again. I'm fat. Maybe? I mean, there is definitely a more focus these days on story-driven games. You know, we've already talked about that also. You know, Sony is making a lot of games that are story-driven. You know, even God of War is most probably not going to be a fast-paced action RPG or action game, not RPG, an action game anymore. It's going to be a story-driven action game. So, who knows? We may even see God of War being more open, like Rise of the Tomb Raider. I mean, if you think about it, Rise of the Tomb Raider is actually also really story-driven. I love that game. Lara Croft has to be one of the most sexiest girls in gaming. Like, seriously. Like, even the Lara I remember is, you know, boobs. And they definitely changed that up. But Lara itself, how she looks, how she sounds, so the actor that plays Lara, holy shit, Lara Croft is so fucking sexy. I had sex with Morrigan too. It's kind of weird though. Good game character. Like, I understand that certain people like to have those options in a game. You can date, whatever. I just look at it. With The Witcher, can't you have like prostitutes? Yeah, you can do that. You can have sex with them. I'm looking at it, I'm like, what? It's a fucking video game, seriously? You know, if I look at that, what should I feel? You know, what the fuck? It's weird though, I mean, it creates a certain element of realism, but it's still like, yeah. What's the point? Seriously, what's the point? Like in Grand Theft Auto, you can get like lap dances. I'm like, okay, you know, that suits the game. I can understand that. But having like sex in the game, but you don't see anything, of course, it doesn't make. I mean, I'm always like, what the fuck? Like, I'm playing Valkyria Drive on the Vita, and these girls have extremely big, giant ass boobs. Like, extremely big. And then you have two sisters, and one of these sisters, she also always wants to grab her other sister's boobs. What? And she always says stuff like, oh, you know, you can't dress like this because your boobs are so big, and or when her sister says like, you know, my back hurts, she's like, oh, should I massage them because, you know, I can hold them for you. I'm like, what? I understand that Japan. See you later, RPG Goblin. I understand that, you know, the Japanese culture or the Japanese, you know, people, men are obsessed with big boobs because most Japanese girls don't have it. But putting that in their games, I mean, I like this ecchi stuff. Don't get me wrong, you know, I am not prude at all. But sometimes it's a little bit weird. Because, you know, I'm in public. You know, we call it a tram. It's like a really slow subway system, but above ground. So I'm playing that game, and when you do they power up by getting naked and touching boobs. So then you see the sister, you know, if you say, oh, I'm gonna drive, and you get powered up, right? And you see the girl like touching their boobs. And I'm like, someone like behind me could see that and think, what the fuck is he doing? So I almost never played that game in public. I'm like, no. There could always be an idiot saying, what the fuck are you doing? And I don't want to explain it to stupid Dutch people why I like games like that. There was, I remember a couple of years ago, there was in the newspaper an article about that in the Netherlands they should ban stuff like hentai. Now hentai are cartoons, anime, but with weird ass sex, pretty much. Because all of these girls were underage, and everyone who watches hentai is a pedophile. Now I was reading that, thinking to myself, what? It's a cartoon. It is a person that does not exist. How the fuck can you be a pedophile looking at a fucking cartoon? And a lot of times in Japanese anime and games and hentai, definitely, they say, oh, the girl is 18 years old, even though it looks like a child that's 12 years. The basic is still, it's a cartoon. It's not real. How the fuck are you gonna lock someone up because they're watching our cartoon, man? Just holy shit. So, you know, so many normal people are so fucking stupid. Yeah. Don't forget Nippon Ichi, Compound Hearts, Marvelous. I don't mind it though. I mean, like Samurai Kagura, that was cool. But I said it in my other stream with Valkyria Drive, they are too big. They are too round, too big, and it doesn't look good. It really doesn't. I'm like, this doesn't fit right. Falcon, really? No. I mean, Ease. I cannot remember any girl having oversized boobs in any Ease game. No. Falcon doesn't do that. I mean, with sword art, like Straya has like the biggest one. And you know, Liefa and Asuna also has some pretty big ones, but not that big. I mean, that's only one character though. I mean, there's nothing wrong with one character having giant boobs, but like in Sarakagura, everyone has almost everyone has big boobs, and there is always one girl who is flat, and you know there are gonna be jokes about it. Even with this Gaia, with Edna, Laharo was making jokes of her being flat. I definitely remember that. So I don't mind it, but with Klaudkil Drive, it just doesn't suit the character. They're just too big. They're literally like two melons, and that just doesn't look that good. Oh ja, ik ken inderdaad de schatjes van naam. Geloof het of niet, ik heb nog nooit... Ik heb van mij nog nooit die film gezien. Is die schatjes over die stel jongere kinderen die echt teringleiers waren? En dan op het einde... die ouders in een auto onder een snelweg zaten en die waren eigenlijk gewoon levend begraven. Was dat de schatjes? Anders heb ik de film nooit gezien. Dus Gaia 5, the female character had pretty big boobs and a really revealing outfit. But as I said, I like that. I mean, it looked good. It looked really good. With Klaudkil Drive, it doesn't look that good. Like, I mean, now that I remember it, like Momo is one of the characters. I mean, she looks pretty good. She doesn't have that huge ones. But like Ranka and Inagawa, she just has, definitely Inagawa, her boobs are I think she's called Mana Inagawa. Her boobs are too big. I'm like, this just doesn't feel, or this doesn't look right. And then these girls are considered to be underage. I'm like, what? Giant, oh great. This is also the thing that I'm getting a little bit annoyed in this game. That from the first area up until now, almost all the enemies are the same, but just a different color. That also not really creates a fantasy world and a sense of a progress. Like blood mites, you get it in the first area. This one, insectoid crushers, you get it in the first area. This gives you the insect feeder though. Oh, I have to kill the ancient bugs. Didn't even saw that. I do want to get the quest though. You get experience, you get gear, or materials. Upgrade the gear. Knowledge acquired. Silver ore. Like, I need iron ore, not silver ore. Oh. Oh, die. When I can get out of this map, seriously. Boring. So boring. I might just do this one. end the stream and maybe gonna play something else or just go to bed and wait for Final Fantasy 15. It's 11 o'clock. Demonic. Oh, is there something different, something new? Is it like a mini boss? Let's do it. No shit. Ooh, 45. Oh, boss battle finally? Can I get the fuck out of here?
ここが二人の女神を導く場所。祈りの神。ジョイスは世界を崩壊させるために必ずやっぱりあいつとは一度町に戻ろう。
This does seem big though. But it does seem a lot more interesting than the first part of this map. Oh, you really need to go to head back into town. Okay, let's do that. It's a good excuse to. I think from all the quests that I've done, none of them gave me iron ore. So none of them gave me the materials I actually need. Oh no. Munch, 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 munch.
このクッキーみたいなやつ美味しくて手が止まっ。はい、極上。あ、 プレミアじゃいいんですか？うん、だってすごく気に入っているみたいだからさ。では半分こにしましょう。そうすればいいの？やった。
いい子だ。そんなクッキー一つで。
でもこういった細かいところにも性格って出るものだと思うよ。もともとは性格の設定すらなかったわけですから、これはきっと皆さんに影響されたんですね。
影響か。
食欲が旺盛なのは誰の影響？間違いなく。それよりも行くのか、祈りの神殿によ。
ああ、
その神殿がプレミア。祈りの神殿、そこで2人の女神が祈りを捧げると、この世界。
ジェネシスは2人の女神に祈りを捧げさせて世界の崩壊を。あいつはそこで俺が。
でも話をして通じるような相手。
もちろん分かってるけど、このまま黙っていたとしてもあいつは必ずプレ。
だったらみんなで守ろうよ。私たちが集まればいくら強いジェネシスでも。
いや、仮にみんなでジェネシスを倒したとしてもきっとあいつは何とも思わない。普通に死に戻りしてまたプレミアを狙ってくるだけだ。だからあいつは俺一人で倒す。
キリト、それだけじゃなくてみんながジェネシスに傷つく。大丈夫、きっと勝つって信じてるもん。止めたって絶対に言っちゃうよね。だったら私たちは君を精一杯支える。
アスナ。
だから絶対に守ろうね、プレミアちゃんとこの世界を。
ああ。
See, so, well, you know, a lot of times RPGs makes you believe you're at the end of the game, and then all of a sudden, like, something happens and another area opens. But still, like, if this will be the last area, you know, I spent like what 55 hours with the game. I'm pretty satisfied. Oh wait. Not the world map, what are you doing? Let's do the quest. See if we can get level... Maybe not though. Well, we do have at least all the quests I've done. Still a lot of quests though. Well, not all of them gives me experience. Yeah, I think we're level up. Level 46. Okay. Pretty cool. But yeah. Gonna end the stream. I'm pretty tired. And I'm excited for tomorrow. Final Fantasy 15. Holy shit. Thanks a lot for watching, if you're still watching, or if you're watching after I've done the stream. And like always, you will see me next time. That's tomorrow. Playing Final Fantasy.